Hey everybody, this is Mitch. Today I wanted to go through a process that I went through myself designing an add-on product for myself, actually. And the idea is I made these painter's pyramids, downloaded off Thingiverse last year sometime, and I really like them. Basically you put these out and you put things on top of them, therefore they're off the surface so you can paint on the sides and underneath if you want to, etc. And I was working on another video for storage, some extra storage for my painting accessories. And I'm like, I really need something to put these in. And so that led me on about a 2-day quest for the perfect design. And as you know, the perfect design doesn't exist, but here is my first iteration of my perfect design. And it all started one Saturday evening wanting to know if I can design a triangle in Fusion. So not the best Fusionite, but you know, you got to grow your skills somehow. So I kind of drew this out, used the actual model as the template for what my design was. And the idea here is I just wanted something that I could double stick to the side of my paint cabinet and then just take these in and out as necessary. And this is what I came up with. So it's just got 4 pillars, the tape goes on the back and it just attaches and just goes on and off. Pretty simple. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, that does indeed work. But sooner or later, my gorilla hands are gonna rip one of these things off. And so I was like, I gotta make a change here. So this began this process of my development. Here is what I call version 1A. Sorry, I was testing out how strong these things were and basically just broke a couple off. But my big addition here is I added these corner supports because like that is just a little too flimsy. I thought it might help. And so I played with it a little bit more and like, well, that's still good, but we got all these things just kind of hanging out in space and I didn't really think that was very useful. So I thought, well, let's keep going, see what we can do. So this is a full-size version, and what I did is I moved things around a bit. I put these corner struts in, and pretty much I was pretty satisfied with that. And in the back of my mind, like, you know, these things are still really flimsy. And again, the paint pyramids don't weigh anything. In fact, the author came up with one for a version for Maker World that is probably I don't know, a 1/10 the thickness of the ones I just showed you. So they're really lightweight. They don't take anything up. I'm more worried about the durability of it, just me putting them on and off and accidentally tweaking it too hard. So again, this is version 2. And again, all I really did is I added those corner supports as I throw things around. Then it occurred to me, well, I've got a triangle and the triangle is pretty much got these cutouts in it. Sorry, not triangle, pyramid. And I don't actually need that front one. It's not really doing anything besides getting in the way. And then they're like, well, you know, to make it stronger, why don't I attach the back one to the back support? And that's what I did there. So this is version 3. So again, kept iterating and kept going. Then I decided to get rid of the triangle supports and add just a solid piece on the side. So everything is pretty much just like the previous version. We just have a wall all the way around it. Everything still fits because that geometry did not change at all. And it gives a little bit more hanging on the wall and it still looks good. But it's a bit too thick. So is there any way that I can reduce the thickness? So that's where I started just playing around. This is just a kind of a prototype. And here I'm just kind of redefining or refining how I want the walls to be and how everything is connected together, etc. And what thicknesses I'm actually going to need for it to be strong enough and yet light enough where I don't waste filament. I'm going to do another video on this, but for some reason, for the life of me, I don't know why, but 5 millimeters is a really good thickness for me when I started. designing stuff like this. And 5mm is really thick. You don't need stuff like that for something like that just weighs like this. And this is just PLA. This is nothing special. So keeping moving. And this is what I came up with. And this is just about perfect. So I've got my thicknesses redefined. I think we went down to a 3mm. I have everything connected and it's doing really well. The only thing that I really didn't like is these inside corners are a little bit not, I wanted them radiused like the outside. For one, it makes it a little bit visually appealing, and two, it adds some strength to it. Again, not like we needed or anything like that. This is way strong for a piece of plastic to be inside. So we're almost there. And that would be this one. So this was the final design. So basically I added a fillet in the middle of there. And then I've got all of my thicknesses dialed in. They're all 3mm all the way around. Everything still fits inside. And that was it right there. So this is the final design, which turned into this. So I've got the filleted corners that match the outside fillets. Everything still fits. It's down to the proper thickness, which is 3mm. Everything has either a chamfer or a fillet to round it over to make it smooth so there's no sharp edges. And like I said, this took me 8 versions and about 2 days off and on of just tweaking. Every now and then I was like, well, you know, I think I need this. But this just goes to show what it's like when you design something. You know, it's not perfect the first time. It never is. And just, you know, the idea is you keep working on it. And I put this up on Maker World, and it has been really popular. And people, you know, I'm assuming they already had these or they didn't know about them, and now they do know about them. But I've had lots of people download this. But this is my final design. So I just kind of want to share that with you. This is kind of what Mr. Functional Print Friday does. He does some really cool designs and kind of goes through it, much more complicated stuff than I do. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and just show you what it takes to actually design something you're happy with. Now, I will admit I am a perfectionist, and so that's what, you know, why I kept going until I got what I thought was perfect. But, you know, if I go back, you know, just a couple versions, there's nothing wrong with this one at all. Absolutely. I just wanted a little bit more this, a little bit more of that. But other than that, this is actually a final design. I just wanted a couple things different. They're all completely functional as they are, but this is the one I settled on. So this will be in one of my next videos where I'm talking about more arrangement of my paint storage, etc., etc. Anyway, so hope that wasn't too boring. Thanks for watching.